Hello. Let's look at the trifecta of joy. What is needed to have more joy in our life? And what contributes to our joy? There's a little hint right here. Mind, body, spirit. So we could imagine joy like a triangle with three sides: mind, body, and spirit. The mindset of joy. So we're talking about joy in our mind and having this mindset of joy. I love this quote. Joy is a decision, a really brave one, about how you're going to respond to life. So it has something to do with mental flexibility and perspective and choice on how we respond, whether that's reactive or whether we choose to respond in a different way. So let's look at some of those choices here. What brings your mind joy? How do we keep our minds flexible and joyful? What brings you mental joy? So some ideas for this might be puzzles and games, intellectual discussion, designing something new, or problem solving. All of these activities help us to flex that mental muscle of flexibility and of enjoying our minds and enjoying the way that we see the world and playing with that. My family loves riddles and games. Some people love crosswords. There are all different ways to enjoy our minds and to bring more joy into our minds. So I want you to think about what brings your mind joy, and write these things down on your worksheets. Now looking at joy in the body. How does your body register joy? What does it feel like in your body? It might feel tingly and warm. It might feel solid and grounded. It might feel like a balloon is in your chest, opening up your heart and lifting your body. The more you listen to your body, the better you can understand its language. So if you haven't already gotten a copy of the Hell Yes checklist that I wrote, there is one in your worksheets. And I want you to practice using this. So you can follow the prompts through the Hell Yes checklist. I won't take the time to read through it right now, but we can discuss this in the group. And the more practice you get with listening to your body's signals and tuning into your intuition, the better you're going to be at following those little breadcrumbs of joy that really ultimately lead us in the direction that we want to go. It's like all these paths are going to lead to the same place, but do we want to take the path that is full of joy, that feels good, that maybe feels lighter and more playful and more interesting, is filled with curiosity, versus the path that feels very hard and weary and serious? And I can get on that path sometimes. So that's why I compare those two, because I think those are my two paths that I vacillate between. But the more I can tune into my own body and the signals and the intuition, the more I stay on that path of joy, and the more easily things flow. So what brings your body joy? These are things that help us get in touch with our physical senses, with our physicality, with our humanness, with all of the wonderful things that we get to experience in this life. It makes me think of the movie City of Angels and how those angels were pure spirit, right? But they were not able to enjoy any of the physical sensations of life. And even some of that is discomfort, right? The signals that our bodies get and the ways that we get to experience the world. But it's such a rich experience. So some ideas of what might bring your body joy: hula hooping, taking a hot bath, feeling that sensation on your skin and letting it warm your body, having or giving a massage, doing cartwheels, having sex. It's a great way to get in touch with our bodies. So maybe think about what did you love to do with your body as a kid? Because sometimes when we are growing up, we are very in touch with our bodies often, and usually at some point we may fall out of touch with our bodies. So if you can think back to, what did you love doing with your body when you were a kid? What did you like to do to play? For me, it was gymnastics. Throwing myself in the air and spinning my body and being able to contort and stick the landing was just so such a challenge and something that I so enjoyed. So write down some things in terms of what brings your body joy. Include at least one or two things that you loved as a kid, and I'll encourage you to try those again today, or even just translate them into more realistic terms. So for me, I don't do back handsprings anymore, although I would love to. But I do love still to do cartwheels and handstands. So those are things that I do and that I am able to do that I carry with me. And the third is the spirit of joy. I love this quote. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. So for our purposes here, I am working with the term spirit to mean this universal oneness of all. So that which connects all of us, that great mystery of life, shows up in each of us in a very unique way. So that comes into your own being, but we're all connected to that oneness. So to get in touch with our spirit, with our unique spirit that is a part of this great mystery of life, what brings your spirit joy? And people have a lot of different ways of connecting with this and of using it, of acting this out, our connection with spirit. So it might look very different for all of us, and that's great. Some ideas may be serving others. Maybe it is a volunteer opportunity that you do, or random acts of kindness that don't even get noticed, but that you know you're putting love into the world and connecting with others in that way. Maybe it's meditation or prayer. Maybe it's yoga. Could be singing, reading inspirational books, whatever that is that connects you to this larger human body and larger experience. So share yours with the group. Pick some of your favorites from these three categories and share them. Comment on your buddy's post and comment on at least one other person and try each other's tips out.